Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Heather here. Today we are going to be doing a review on the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. It looks like this. There we go. And I am in shade 3 Light Beige. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about how this performs. I do know that it tends to oxidize. So we are going to give this a go, and I am going to do a wear test. It is about 1:15 right now in the afternoon. I know I'm getting started much later than I wanted to, but I hope to wear this for about 8 hours and get back to you on it, just so that way you guys have an idea of how it wears throughout the day. I decided to go with number 3 Light Beige because it has more of a pinky undertone, and I know that this foundation has a tendency to oxidize more orange, yellow undertone. So I'm hoping that those kind of cancel each other out because I do have a naturally neutral undertone. So with that, let's get started. To start off, we are going to prime our face with the Prime Time Primer, foundation primer from Bare Minerals. And I am doing this just because I want to give this foundation the best chance possible. I already know that there are some things about it that people may not love, so I want to give it its best shot, and I always wear a primer with my foundation. So I am going to go ahead and apply this all over my face, and then we will move on to the foundation. Alright, now that we have our primer on, we are going to go ahead and go in with the foundation. Like I said, it does oxidize, which doesn't bother me except for when it comes to picking the color. And I think most people would probably be okay with some oxidizing on the skin as long as they had an accurate way of determining which color they needed once it oxidizes. So that was kind of one of my goals in making this video. If you have a skin tone that is similar to mine, I wanted to be able to help you figure out which color you should go with. So I just looked it up, and there are 14 different shades in this Conceal and Correct foundation. I know that it is supposed to be kind of a 2-in-1. It says medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So I have some errands to run, so we'll definitely put that to the test. But let's go ahead and get started. It does come with a pump, which I really, really like. And so we are going to put 2 pumps, maybe 3 on the back of our hand. It depends on how big of a pump. Let's see. 1, oh yeah, 2. We're going to go with 2 pumps. That is a lot of foundation that pumps out, which I kind of like and appreciate. The pump does seem controllable, which is nice. So you can probably more easily control how much is coming out. So I'm going to dot this onto my face, and then we are going to use my Artiste-like brush to really buff this into the skin. This is how I do my foundation every day. So I wanted to, again, give it its best chance. So let's get started. Alright, now that I've got it on my face, I did take it down the neck, and I am noticing that this is probably going to be too dark for me. So this is probably a shade that I should use if I self-tan, but let's go ahead and keep going with it and see kind of how it performs throughout the day and how it oxidizes. So I'm going to buff it in now. Alright, so as you can see, I definitely did not pick the right shade because I don't know if you can tell, but even down my neck and my chest don't match. It kind of, well, my hand is extra white, but it kind of matches the rest of my skin. Again, I think this is something I would use if I were self-tanning. Maybe I should have picked a different shade. Probably would go one, maybe even 2 shades lighter, just because I know the next shade down was a yellow undertone, and I wanted to keep with those pink undertones. So I am going to wear this for the rest of the day. I am going to put on a full face of makeup, and we're gonna see kind of how it wears. I am impressed with the coverage. I do have some blemishes that kind of peek through, but it did say that it was medium to full, which to me means that it's buildable. I'm not gonna do that right now just because I just want to see how it wears just naturally. I will say though that it does have a smell that I was not expecting. It almost smells like applesauce, if that makes sense. I don't know that anyone's ever compared it to applesauce before, but that's what it smells like to me. So if that bothers you, it does have a distinct smell. It's not super strong, but sorry, I keep looking at myself to see if it's oxidizing a lot, and it is starting to. But it does have a distinct smell, like I was saying, and if you are super sensitive to smell, that is something you should definitely consider. So I'm gonna go put a full face of makeup on, and we're gonna go throughout the day, and I'll check back in with you later. Hi guys, I'm checking back in with you. It is now about 12:30 at night, so I've had this foundation on for about 11 hours. I am looking in the mirror and I'm noticing that it did oxidize. I am noticing that a lot of the harsh edges that were, like when I turn, there's like a line here, where that was kind of faded a little bit throughout the day, which is good, I guess, because I didn't have the right color. But I have to say, all in all, I feel like if I had the right color, this foundation would actually be a really good one. One thing though that I had a really hard time getting over was the smell. And I thought the smell would go away after, you know, applying it to your face, because most of the time that's how it is. But I did notice the smell for almost 20 minutes after I applied it to my face. So if you are smell sensitive, that is something to take into account. Otherwise, I have to say the stuff that powders and creams and stuff I put on top of it went on really smoothly. It doesn't seem to have faded or gotten blotchy anywhere. And I would say, I'm pretty impressed with the way that it performed, other than the color selection and the smell. Would I wear this again? Obviously, if I had the right color, probably, but that scent was pretty strong and I had a really hard time getting past it. So that is my review. I would say performance-wise, it definitely gets a thumbs up from me, but scent and color correcting and, the oxidization definitely makes this a kind of tricky foundation to work with. So I hope this helped. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you have not already. I would love to have you be part of the family, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.